What's up, buddies? It's Dre,
Aja,
and we back with another video. Today, as you can tell by the title of this video, we have something that we want to share with you guys, and it is that we have
anxiety.
We figured that this was the perfect time to start create this video just because of the state of the world and what's going on, and possibly that other people could be dealing with what we are currently dealing with or have been dealing with, and just kind of giving like our advice in the best way we can. We're no professionals. Don't take anything that we say to, you know, the effects of it being professional advice. This is just currently what we do, and we figured that since we have this platform, we could use it to kind of speak about, upon anxiety. Right?
Yeah.
So not as much as a fun video, but definitely something that could be helpful to someone or someone you know. So before you get into this video, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and then comment down below.
Comment down below like things that, if you know that you have anxiety, what are some things that you do that help you out, and maybe it'll help us out too.
Most certainly. And then share this video to anyone that you know that could be dealing with anything else, just like anxiety or any other type of mental
health disorder.
Share this video to anyone else that could be dealing with any type of any other mental health disorders. So let's jump into this video.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started on how I personally found out that I had anxiety. At the beginning of our relationship, I started going through, I couldn't explain what I was going through, but there would be moments in time where I would just feel like I just didn't want to talk. And I felt like I was gonna be sick, and I knew I wasn't sick, and then my heart would be palpitating, and it was so overwhelming at points that I just felt like I couldn't talk, like I was mute. And I knew something had to give. And of course, being that we have internet access, I literally Googled everything. So I Googled some of my symptoms, and anxiety came up. And I didn't know what that meant. It was linked to depression. It was linked to a whole lot of other things that were a little scary. So I went to the doctor, and I spoke with him about all the range of symptoms that I had. And he's like, yep, you have anxiety. And he was very quick to prescribe me with medication. And I took it one time. And keep in mind, this was the beginning of our relationship, so this was 4 years ago when I was formally diagnosed with it. And I've only taken it one time since then. And I did not like how it made me feel. So it was my goal to figure out ways to help cope with my disorder without any medications at all. In all the natural ways possible, I was trying to figure out. So fast track to now, I've gone through a lot of different ways to cope with what I'm going through, and I've been really trying to figure out what my triggers are in regards to when I feel like my anxiety is heightened. I've definitely gone through a lot of different natural ways, but we'll get more into that after Dre shares her journey and how she figured out she had anxiety.
Yeah, so like I didn't really know that anxiety was a thing until she had it, basically. At the time, I still didn't understand it, and I tried to understand it a little bit, did a little research here and there to help her because she didn't want to take the medication. So I didn't fully understand it because I didn't feel it, but I did do some research to try to help her through hers. And then about a year and a half ago, I think I experienced it for the first time. I experienced it through like a panic attack. And to me, it was weird because nothing was unusual for me at the time. I was doing what I normally do, work out. I was in a yoga class. But I did notice that my breathing was a little off. It felt like an elephant sitting on my chest, like for hours. And kind of as months went by, weeks went by, I started to have more panic attacks and things of that sort. It was a little bit more severe for me because I didn't know what it was at the time. So I was going to like ER visits and urgent cares to try to figure it out. I thought I was sick. I do have asthma, so I figured that it had something to do with that. So I did go to a few doctor visits just to make sure that it wasn't anything of those sorts, like anything serious. And after a couple doctor visits and bills later, I think we put two and two together that it was anxiety. No one kind of actually diagnosed me with it. But once I became more open with my symptoms and sharing that, then I kind of put 2 and 2 together and started to realize it. So we kind of put together a plan just like we did for her, to help me as well. Transition into some of the ways that we do deal with anxiety, because I mean, we're your average people. We work 40 hours a week. We have a kid, we're moms, and trying to get through life and day to day was difficult with anxiety. So we can only imagine during times like this and how it can really be for some people who may not know what it is or what they're feeling or what's going on or even how to deal with it. Yeah. So we'll go through the ways that we kind of cope with it.
Yeah, so we've been, like we've talked about before, we were personal trainers and we heavily would work out. And one of the ways that we find that makes us feel better is through working out, or doing some sort of like routine. Like I even just got more into doing yoga, and I feel like that has helped. So working out, doing something like as far as like my mind and my body has definitely helped out tremendously. And when I don't do that, like times like right now when the gyms are closed and you can't find weights at the store, it's hard. And for a while I just solely relied on just yoga and stretching, and it definitely played a major part in helping me just get through some of this quarantine time. What else do you want to share?
For me, it's also trying to figure out what your triggers are. So being cautious of what it is that's happening in that moment, and when it's happening. I did a period of time of kind of writing down where I was, what I was doing, what was happening, what I was thinking when I started to feel it, to kind of assess my triggers and kind of get away from those things that I might have been doing, or maybe change some of those things that I might have been doing. So for me, it's like when I'm at the most peaceful time, like maybe on the couch, sitting alone with my thoughts or something of that sort, it does heighten for me. But I've noticed that if I do become more active, it is something that helps me a lot. But the biggest one that I think we both agree on, sorry, I think it's an airplane or something.
Sorry.
For getting fresh air. Getting fresh air is huge for your anxiety. Yes. We take motivational walks, is what we call them, every single day. And it helps us tremendously. So, and then just being outside right now, it's why we're recording outside. It's great. It keeps us from being inside of the house and in our thoughts and things.
Keeps us very sane just to be outside in the sun. It's helped us out a lot to have like just that routine of going outside, being in the sun, fresh air. Just that walk alone, like that 30-minute walk makes a huge difference to us. We've just started getting CBD oil. And for some people, they're a little skeptical about that because they're like, oh no, like drugs, weed, all that. It's totally different. And I mean, do your research if you choose to go this route. But we've tried multiple different brands of CBD oil to help us. And I enjoy it. We just actually got one that's strawberry flavored, and it's really, really good.
Yeah, this is by no means a sponsored video. So we're not going to talk about the names or the CBDs that we do use. If you do want to know, just comment down below or DM us on our Instagram, and we'll be more than happy to share some of the brands that we do use. But it took a while for us to get it right, figure out which milligrams to use, which CBD to go with. I don't know if you guys know, but CBD isn't FDA regulated, so sometimes there are companies that necessarily don't have what they say they have in the bottle and things of that sort. And in no way, shape, or form do we believe in doing any type of drugs or even recreational. So it was huge for us to ensure that we weren't doing anything that had any type of THC or anything of like that in it, just because of our work profession. So we do encourage you to do research on CBD, and maybe it could help you. It is a little bit expensive. It can get expensive, but it's worth the investment because it helps more than just anxiety. It's so many more things that it can really help you with. And like I said, we're not here to sponsor anyone, but we're full believers and advocates for what CBD does.
So those are just like a breakdown of like things that we've been doing and trying to get through this time and just in general. And we wanted to share them with you because we know there's others out there that are going through what we're going through right now. And we're with you. We understand that it's hard. It's rough to get through, especially when it's a mental health thing. It's hard. and it's difficult to get through, and it's nice to know that there's other people out there that are going through the same thing that you're going through.
Most certainly.
And like Dre said, feel free to DM us about things that you do, excuse me, or asking about the CBD that we currently use. We're completely open, and we are willing to respond to you guys in regards to what we use and how we can help you. But again, we're not doctors.
Yeah.
We're not doctors.
Just our opinions, and
it's just our opinions. So please discuss a lot of the things that we say with your doctor if you're able to during this time, before you start any sort of regimen for yourself.
Another way is therapy. She started therapy, and it's helped her tremendously. I know a lot of us are scared of
very skeptical
talking to people
about it.
But it helps. It's super helpful. I know that in this time you can't see anyone face to face, but they do have ways where you can virtually meet with people, or even just maybe a close friend or family that you really trust that you can open up to, just to start off with. They may not obviously know anything medical wise or professionally wise, but sometimes getting your feelings out there and saying what you have to say. A big piece for me has been not owning it. I'll never own anxiety. You'll never hear me say my anxiety, because it doesn't belong to me. I always say the anxiety to express to her that I'm feeling it at the moment. I think it's super important to not own the things that you don't want to own, and so I take really big pride in making sure that I don't own it, because I don't want it to grow. I don't want it to heighten. I do understand and recognize it's a part of my day-to-day life, but I won't own it, and I don't believe it's going to be something that's around forever for me, which is why I wear my shirt. Right? I actually made this shirt, but you can't own it. You have to believe in and speak things out that you want. And if you own my anxiety, words like my anxiety, then you put that into the universe. And I'm a true believer in what you put out into the universe is what you'll get back. So don't own it. Own it. But overall, it's just super important to us because, like we said, we're moms. It's important that we can get back on track and do what we have to do, be there for our kid. Not just our kid, but our friends, our family, our peers at work, and things of that sort. It's super important. I think it's important that we also use our platform to help others. So that's why we're doing this video. We do have some more fun videos coming for you, but we sat down and we thought about it. It was like, man, this would be a really good video. Just to tell you guys, and to connect and show you guys that we're human as well. Do this camera, outside of recording, we're just like you.
Yep. So again, thank you guys for watching, and new subscribers, hi.
Welcome.
We see all of your really sweet
We
and
actually
nice
just
comments.
hit 100.
We just hit 100. So thank you guys for getting us to 100.
In just a short few weeks.
Yeah.
It's amazing the love that you guys are showing us. The goal is 1,000. Road to 1,000. Hashtag road to 1,000. So be sure to share this video. If not this video, the previous video we just uploaded, we talked about our engagement. And we got some more videos coming after this. So share this video, like this video.
Hit the bell button too, so you know when we're dropping all them fire videos.
Yes, hit the bell button. And in the meantime, stay blessed. Stay safe. We love you. Peace.